A state says it is acting for security. Critics point to bombardment, displacement, or enclosure. Supporters answer by returning immediately to historical trauma. In that moment, the argument is no longer only about policy. It is about whether remembered suffering has become a shield around present power. This episode is not trying to settle a live geopolitical conflict. It is examining a recurring pattern in political psychology and spiritual ethics. A people can carry real trauma, real memory, and real fear, and still begin using that past injury as insulation from present accountability. The Zionist case makes the pattern visible, but the pattern itself is larger than one nation. This matters beyond Zionism. Any nation, movement, or identity group can start using past injury as insulation from present accountability. The spiritual test is simple. Is suffering being metabolized into wisdom, or converted into exemption? Take a familiar pattern from the Israeli-Palestinian context. One population carries the memory of annihilation, exile, and persecution. Another population lives under checkpoints, bombardment, displacement, or enclosure in the present. If the first group's trauma is treated as morally final, the second group's suffering becomes narratively thinner before the ethical discussion even begins. That does not mean the original trauma was unreal. It means the political use of trauma has started shaping whose pain counts first. A healthier response would hold historical trauma and present accountability together. It would say that if suffering has taught anything, it should increase resistance to domination, dehumanization, and asymmetrical power. Trauma would still be honored, but it would no longer operate like a blank check around state behavior. That is not anti-memory. It is memory disciplined by conscience. Ask yourself, when I hear an appeal to historical trauma in politics, does it make me more capable of protecting everyone's dignity, or more willing to excuse unequal power? Historical trauma deserves witness, repair, and protection. But once it becomes political exception, remembrance is no longer serving healing alone. It is also shaping who must answer to moral limits, and who is allowed to move around them. If this clarified the pattern for you, subscribe to the AEON Keys channel. The next episode in this sequence looks at how sacred identity can turn into moral hierarchy once political power begins speaking in theological language.